Hey there, my name is Dave, and I'm going to show you how I was able to reverse my hair loss. Not only that, I was able to grow back a head of full, thick, shiny, vibrant hair in a very short time. And you'll learn what I did to go from losing hair to enjoying a thick, full head of hair again, like I had when I was young. Better yet, I did it using safe, natural, and highly effective hair growth tricks. Now, in order for me to show you how I stopped hair loss and started growing my hair again, I have to introduce you to my good friend Mike. See, I've known Mike since we were roommates in college. Since then, he always had a head full of thick, amazing hair. He used to have women come up to him all the time and compliment him on how good his hair looked. In fact, all through school, Mike had a very hot girlfriend who used to sit on the couch and just run her hands through his hair any chance she could get. We used to joke and call him Mr. Hair Model because all we ever heard was how great Mike's hair was. When we graduated, we both got jobs in the same city, so we kept in touch. But it was about a year ago when things seemed to get weird with Mike after he stopped answering my texts and calls. Out of the blue, it seemed like he disappeared. Well, he used to post pictures on Facebook of all the trips he and his girlfriend took together. But Mike was posting less and less. And any time there was a picture posted, it almost seemed like he was hiding from the camera. So one day, just to see how he was doing, I sent him a text. "Fine," was his reply. Well, this didn't seem like the happy-go-lucky Mike I knew from college. Sensing something was wrong, I called him to see what was going on. Mike said that a few months ago, he began noticing his hair was falling out and that he was finding traces of it all over the house. Mike said he'd wake up and see hair on his pillow, in the bottom of the shower drain, in the sink, and on his comb. He said he was freaking out because his thick head of hair was thinning, and he was scared it would continue falling out until he was completely bald. He told me he was worried his girlfriend would think less of him as a man because she had always told him how much she loved his full head of hair. Now that he was going bald, he said his girlfriend was showing him less affection the last few months. She used to run her hands through his thick, full hair. Now she almost never touches his head. He said he feels less like a man now. He really opened up and told me he was feeling insecure about himself and his hair loss, and how it was wrecking his confidence and self-esteem. He said that when he noticed it was thinning, he went to the doctor to see if anything was wrong, but all of his tests came back normal, showing he was healthy. He even went as far as researching how much hair transplant surgery was, but that he couldn't afford it when he learned it was almost $10,000. Mike said that every time he found another lump of his hair on the pillow, in the sink, or in the shower drain, he'd feel depressed and worse. He felt like each time he threw a clump of his hair away, he was throwing a piece of himself and his life away. "Mike, this is not unusual," I said. "A lot of guys lose their hair." "You don't understand, Dave. My hair was the one thing I had over everyone else. This was my go-to ticket to stand out. People at work always commented on how great it looked. My girlfriend told me all the time how great I looked. And now as if things are gone and it's taking a toll on my confidence, I feel like losing my hair and going bald will turn me into some kind of weirdo. When I go out in public, if I decide to go out, I feel like everyone is staring at me if I don't have my hat on. I feel so self-conscious, like I'm the center of attention." I tried to explain to Mike that this was common and that millions of guys had to deal with losing hair and going bald. And I knew that made little difference because it was personal. "Well, bro, I wish there was something I could do for you. But remember, dude, you're more than your hair, okay? Don't let it affect you that badly. It's just hair." I got off the phone with Mike and told him I'd talk to him again soon. Over the next week or two, what Mike had feared all along came true. He posted on his Facebook account that he was no longer with his girlfriend. I felt bad because I knew he liked this girl. Now, here's where this all takes a weird, almost unbelievable turn. I'm not sure if I jinxed myself or put some kind of curse on myself when I said to Mike, "It's just hair." Because I kid you not, less than 4 weeks later, when I got out of the shower, I looked down at the drain and saw a huge pile of black hair in the drain. At first, I didn't think much of it. But the next few days, I could see in the mirror that my hair was looking thinner and balding in a few spots. As more and more hair started falling out, I started noticing clumps on my comb. I started getting worried that I'd lose my hair like Mike. I went to the doctor to see if something major was wrong. After my initial blood tests, my doctor said everything looked normal at first glance. I remember his words to this day. "You're going to have to live with it," he said. Well, that didn't make me feel too confident. I kept thinking how ironic this was. All the times I used to tease Mike all about his hair, calling him shallow because he always focused on his hair. Here I was in the same situation. I soon realized just how important it was for guys to be happy with their hair and how losing it affected their confidence. It's not a vanity or ego thing, it's a self-confidence and self-esteem issue. Losing your hair, having a receding hairline, and going bald can really affect how you feel about yourself. It was causing huge confidence problems for me. So, needless to say, if you've ever felt embarrassed, insecure, or self-conscious because your hair is falling out, I completely understand how you feel because it happened to me. You're not alone at all. There's no reason to feel ashamed or embarrassed. I'm going to tell you right now that there's something you can do about it. That's right. No matter how much hair you're losing or how bald you're getting, you can reverse your hair loss and grow back a head full of healthy, thick hair. Stick with me, do this to the end of this presentation, because Mike and I both have very happy endings to our stories, and we'd like to share them with you. That's right, you can actually reverse your hair loss, so you're able to get your hair back, your confidence back, and your self-esteem back. Better yet, you won't need expensive hair products or other magic treatments. No hyped up pills or potions, no hair growth serums, or $10,000 hair transplant surgery. So go ahead and watch this short presentation to learn exactly how to reverse your hair loss and grow a head full of thick, shiny hair. Remember Mike, my friend from college who had gone from having a head full of incredible hair to going bald and losing his hair? Well, the weird thing was, after my last phone conversation with Mike, we lost contact with one another for a while, like friends often do. So I tried to reach him on Facebook again. When I logged into Facebook and went to his page, I was absolutely blown away by what I saw. See, the last few pictures Mike had posted with him and his girlfriend, you could tell he was going bald. But his most recent posts, they showed him with a thick head of hair again. No balding at all. He had that same full head of thick hair we used to tease him about in college. I couldn't believe it. Mike is actually wearing a toupee, was my first thought. After all, it was 5 months or so since I last talked to him. Now his recent Facebook photos showed him with a full head of hair. I couldn't believe how amazing he looked. He looked like a new man, like he had been completely transformed. I sent Mike a text and asked him to call me, saying it was urgent. He called me back a few minutes later and sounded amazingly happy. "Dave," he yelled into the phone with excitement. "How are you?" "Dude, you're not going to believe this. That whole hair loss thing you had to go through, I'm losing my hair now too. My hair's been falling out over the last few months and I've got a big bald spot on the top of my head." "Shut up," he yelled. "You serious?" "Dave, I've been meaning to call you and thank you for the advice you gave me. When I was losing my hair, I took your advice when you said, it's just hair and not to worry about it. So instead of worrying about it, I decided to take action and try to solve my problem. I mean, people grow new muscles by lifting weights, so maybe I could do it with hair." Mike told me that not only did he reverse his hair loss, he was able to grow it back thicker and fuller than it was in college. His bald spots were covered by thick, shiny hair, and he said his confidence and self-esteem were back. Mike told me that he was loving life again, so much more confident when going out in public. He said that people no longer stare at him, and instead, he was noticing more women turning to look his way. He even said he was dating another woman. Well, he must have known I was going to ask him how he did it, because before I could get the words out, he said, "Dude, I'm coming over. I got something incredible to show you." An hour later, Mike showed up carrying a binder full of papers. When he showed up, he just smiled and said, "I know why your hair's fallen out. It's the same reason mine did, and I can reverse it like I did mine. Trust me, I'm about to change your life and your balding head." He joked. Well, sitting across from Mike, seeing his incredible head of hair now, remembering that a few months ago he was almost bald, but here he was, sitting across from me with a full, thick head of hair. I mean, this guy literally went from almost bald, and in months, had a head full of thick hair. I was shocked that he grew all of his hair back in a few months. It was unreal. He looked like he was 21 again, like we were back in college, but he was 32. I was seriously jealous. I asked him if he had a hair transplant. Mike smiled and said, "Nope, no hair transplant." Then I said, "Okay, then you're using Rogaine?" "Nope, no Rogaine," he said. "Sure, I tried it, but it didn't work. Plus, it was expensive and left me with some very nasty side effects." Mike said the fact it had serious sexual side effects and cost over $500 per year wasn't worth it. The worst part, he said, was that if you stopped using it, the hair you grew with it fell out. This means you'd have to use their product forever and pay tens of thousands of dollars over the course of your lifetime. And all for what? Just to have a bit more hair, a red itchy scalp, and bad sexual side effects? Mike went on to tell me, "After I got off the phone with you a few months ago, I started feeling depressed about my hair loss. I thought I was going to have to live life as a bald guy." He said he spent a ton of money on Rogaine, Propecia, prescription pills, and doctor visits, but no luck. I also found out during that time that women would rather date a man with hair. I lost my girlfriend, lost out on job promotions, and lost a lot of confidence because of the hair loss. Not only that, but it was impossible to find a woman willing to go out on a second date. He said he started dating online. He had a profile picture that showed him when he had a full head of hair. And sure enough, he'd get first dates, but wouldn't wear a hat to them. Mike said, "You should have seen their faces when I showed up. Their look went from smiling and happy to a blank stare. Sure, they were nice, but I never got any phone calls back." It was very traumatic in my social life. Everywhere I went, it seemed like people treated me differently when I was balding and had less hair. Mike said it was this frustration that kept him going, motivating him to find an all-natural hair restoration method that was safe, effective, affordable, and didn't have nasty side effects. Mike said he started looking on medical sites and research journals to study what caused hair loss, figuring if he learned the causes, he could reverse them and start growing hair again. He spent months going through medical journals and research reports on what caused hair loss, and more importantly, what would help it kickstart and grow again. It had to be scientific and research-based from real trials and studies. If a study showed promise and showed that people grew hair, he'd write it down in his journal. "Bro, let me show you what causes hair to fall out." He took a binder that had his daily routine on what he did to grow back almost all of his hair. This binder was literally like a diary on the methods Mike used to regrow his hair. Over the next few minutes, Mike went on to explain the biggest reasons that causes hair loss. He said you can actually reverse your hair loss so it doesn't ruin your life. And you can actually grow a full head of hair again by doing a few simple things. I will explain it to you as well, so please keep watching this presentation. Mike discovered that the root cause of hair loss in most cases came from nutritional deficiencies in which your diet didn't provide the nutrients needed to keep the scalp, follicles, and hair healthy. Once the nutrient deficiencies are taken care of, hair growth starts up again. When the cause is nutrient deficiency, the hair loss is only temporary. In such cases, hair growth can be restarted by using certain vitamins, minerals, and nutrients your body's lacking. Nutrient deficiencies that lead to hair loss in the first place. If you give your body the nutrients you're deficient in, it can help you get your scalp, follicles, and body healthy again to grow hair. See, nutrients and hormones are the primary things that control each of your body's functions. And yes, that includes growing strong, full, shiny hair. Being deficient in nutrients can cause an imbalance of hormones in your body. Since nutrition is how our body usually manufactures hormones, low or high hormones can make your hair thinner and more likely to fall out before it should. If you're not getting the right kind of nutrients, your body's hormones won't remain balanced. You need the right balance of hormones to keep your hair growing strong, full, and healthy. Now, if one form of testosterone, called dihydrotestosterone, or DHT, becomes prominent in your body, it can cause your hair follicles to shrink and push healthy hair out of your body. DHT in your body is normal, but as you get older, your body begins to create more of it. Because of that, your body can suffer from a hormonal imbalance, and this hormone imbalance leads to accelerating hair loss. As your body produces more DHT, it enters your hair follicles, where it causes the follicle to shrink, get smaller, and stop growing new hair. So when your older hair falls out, the follicle isn't able to produce new hair to replace the ones you just lost. That means you can't grow new hair. So when your hair falls out, there's no new hair to replace it. Unless you're able to limit and reduce the DHT your body makes, you'll keep losing hair until you're completely bald. That's when Mike started looking for ways to control this hormone DHT so he could stop hair loss from happening and begin to grow new, healthy hair again. Mike said the fastest, easiest, most effective, and low-cost way to reverse your hair loss and grow back a full head of hair is by stopping the overproduction of DHT. I was astonished with what I was hearing. Mike had literally become a walking encyclopedia and guinea pig when it came to hair. He literally knew everything and tried everything to reverse hair loss and grow back his hair. Mike said he spent weeks online reading and studying hundreds of scientific studies, journals, and reports to find out how to stop DHT from causing your hair to fall out. After months of research, he found out how certain nutrient deficiencies cause more DHT to be made. Ultimately, this research is what led him to the safe, all-natural, effective hair restoration methods Mike came up with. Everything Mike kept track of and wrote down was well studied and went through his own trial and error. Everything was backed up by scientific research and studies from medical journals and reports. Mike found out that hair treatments like Rogaine and Propecia reduce the levels of DHT and slow or even stop the killing of these hair follicles by DHT. But the problem is there are many side effects like erectile dysfunction, problems with ejaculation, and depression. So many news reports and stories talk about how Propecia users suffer low libido, erectile dysfunction, and decreased sexual arousal. What's more, the studies show that side effects could last for months after patients discontinued use of the drug. And if you quit using the product, you lose the hair you regrew while on the treatment. Mike then mentioned Rogaine, which acted like a follicle fertilizer, only helps maintain existing hair and doesn't promote regrowth. And like Propecia, once you stop using it, you lose the hair you gained. That's right, if you stop using them, the hair that grew will fall out. So you're stuck using these things for life. And not only are you spending tens of thousands of dollars to do that, you're also dealing with harsh side effects like loss of sexual libido. More recently, studies have shown the side effects keep happening after you stop taking the treatment. That means you keep getting nasty side effects even after you stop taking Rogaine or Propecia. So, Mike said they don't work well, have major side effects, or are expensive, and cause your hair to fall out if you stop using it. I asked Mike about several commercials on TV for hair transplant surgery. He said that surgery can be an option, but in the wrong hands, a transplant can disfigure you and cause even more emotional pain and suffering. The average hair transplant was $10,000 to $20,000, and insurance doesn't usually cover it because it's cosmetic. The good news is Mike was able to find natural, effective, safe, nutritional methods to reverse hair loss, so you can grow back a head full of thick, luscious hair. There are nutrients, herbs, vitamins, minerals, and over-the-counter supplements that lower DHT levels without negative side effects. He also found out that certain vitamins, minerals, herbs, and other nutrients could slow down and stop your body from producing as much DHT, reversing balding at the source. Once DHT isn't overproduced and causing hair loss, your hair follicles begin to reappear. Your scalp gets the nutrients needed to start hair growth again. Inactive hair follicles become active, leading to new hair growth. He began trying different combinations of vitamins, herbs, supplements, and other nutrients. If a study, news report, or article mentioned it was a potential way to stop DHT, Mike said he tried it. He kept track of everything and wrote down in detail what he took, in what amount, and what happened. Each time he tried something, he tracked the results of hair loss in his journal. After months of research, Mike found different all-natural nutrients, herbs, and vitamins that help stop hair loss and even help grow hair back. By giving your body certain nutrients, vitamins, herbs, and minerals, it's possible to offset any nutrient deficiencies or hormone imbalance you have that's causing your hair loss. By treating the imbalance with certain nutrients, you could possibly grow your hair back. The right nutrients can help grow your shiny, radiant hair. For example, protein is important to strengthen hair and promote growth. Nuts, seeds, and fish are important sources of omega-3 fatty acids, which help to create a healthier scalp. A lack of iron can cause hair loss. Zinc and biotin help with hair growth because people with metabolic disorders lacking them can have thin or brittle hair. Mike said he had learned all of the main causes of hair loss after months of research and trial and error. From there, he found solutions for each of them, so he could make sure nutrients were plentiful and hormones were balanced, putting a stop to hair loss. Mike said he came up with a list of nutrients he used to trigger his body to start growing hair again. He wrote out all the vitamins, minerals, herbs, and supplements he used, plus the specific amounts of each, and put it in this binder. Dude, you need to read this and start following the directions. Do that and you'll reverse your hair loss and grow it back, just like mine did. He had a schedule on what he was doing to regrow his hair. He was using vitamins, minerals, and herbs. The great part was it required no expensive doctor visits, prescriptions, or harmful pills. By changing his diet and using natural vitamins, minerals, vegetables, and herbs, Mike was able to literally regrow his hair back with all natural, safe, over-the-counter ingredients. I was still skeptical, but what did I have to lose? Hair loss was starting to ruin my life. I was hesitant to use prescription drugs and products like Rogaine because they seemed harmful. Not only that, but I didn't want to have to keep buying those harmful products over and over again. I didn't want to go through sexual side effects or lose my hair if I stopped taking it. This required none of those things. Not to mention the proof was in the pudding. I was staring at Mike's head of full, thick, natural hair and could see it was working. I had seen his bald spots just months before. Now he was sitting next to me with hair that anyone would be envious of. So obviously whatever he was doing was working. Since he allowed me to borrow his notebook, I went home and decided the next morning I'd follow his plan on how he reversed his hair loss and grew back almost all of his hair in a short time. By simply providing my body with certain nutrients it was deficient in, like vitamins, minerals, herbs, and vegetables, I was giving my hair follicles what they needed to get healthy again and grow hair again. What's more, instead of the nasty side effects that Propecia and Rogaine would cause, I'd have zero side effects because each of these were all natural 100% safe nutrients. Not to mention, Rogaine and Propecia would cost almost $100 each month. With Mike's program, I was able to get everything I needed each month at my grocery store for less than $20. I tried it, and for the first few weeks, I didn't notice any results. Week 3, I started noticing a little bit of hair growth in the mirror. I could see it was starting to grow over my scalp and in the bald spots that were noticeable in the middle of my head. After the 4th week, I started noticing my hair looked fuller and the bald spot in the middle of my head was smaller. Sure enough, my hair was growing back. By week 5, I noticed fuller, healthier, and thicker hair on my scalp. By week 6, more than 50% of my hair was back. By the end of 3 months, 75% of my hair was back. At the 5th month, the thickness and fullness of my hair was amazing. Where before was an ever-growing bald spot, now I had a head full of shiny, vibrant hair. By month 6, 100% of my hair was back. More importantly, the hair that grew back was thicker than it had been before. All it took was the right kind of nutrients that helped end the nutritional deficiency that was causing my hair to fall out and not be replaced. I was blown away that it was an all-natural, 100% safe and effective method that relied on nutrients, supplements, herbs, vitamins, and minerals that came out to less than $20 a month. I remember when I saw Mike a few months later at the grocery store. He saw me, got a huge smile on his face, and started laughing. "Hey, it's working for you, huh?" The transformation I made with the program really did change my life. I was blown away it worked so well. So well, in fact, that we let a few of our college buddies try it. Guys we knew were starting to thin a little at the top. And sure enough, they got incredible results as well. We knew this information could help so many other people who wanted to stop their hair loss and instead grow their hair back faster and easier without using harsh, expensive hair treatments or have to go through $10,000 hair transplant surgery. After months' worth of research and study and hours of expensive trial and error, Mike put the techniques that worked into a step-by-step program anyone could use. It has the best natural methods to stop hair loss from happening and enjoy a safe, effective, all-natural way to grow hair back. And the great news is, you can get access to the same exact program that Mike and I used to reverse hair loss and grow our hair to its full, thick, lustrous self. We made this video so that others who are dealing with the same hair loss we both had been, you can use these techniques to reverse your hair loss, thinning, or hair receding hairline, or balding. This hair restoration program we put together is called the Ultimate Hair Rebuilding Program, the step-by-step solution to rebuilding your hair permanently. It has helped me and Mike end our embarrassing struggle with hair loss, balding, thinning, and receding hairlines. Mike laid out his complete plan on how he was able to naturally rebuild his hair. No expensive transplant, no expensive prescriptions, or over-the-counter hair treatments that never work. This program is the fastest, easiest, most affordable way for anyone to reverse hair loss. It can help you reverse hair loss and help you grow back a head full of hair, getting rid of your receding hairline and bald spots. Not only that, but you can do it faster, easier, and more affordably than any other method. No more balding, no more thinning, no more receding hairline, and no more low confidence or self-esteem. No more feeling shy, embarrassed, and insecure when in public. No more covering up with a hat. No more being worried that your partner will leave. No more worrying about what coworkers think, feeling like they may be joking about you behind your back. No more being so self-conscious or insecure. That can change once you learn the tips and techniques in this transformational program. Losing your hair can be stressful, but you need to know you can do something about it. And you certainly don't have to spend thousands of dollars on expensive hair transplant surgery. Now you can finally take charge and end your problem with hair loss, thinning hair, bald spots, or receding hairlines. Instead, you can start to grow a head full of thick, shiny, lustrous, thick attention-getting hair, and without drugs, pills, potions, or expensive surgery. In this program, you're going to learn all about balancing your nutrients and hormones so that stopping hair loss from happening is a natural result. It's a fast, safe, natural, and affordable way to reverse hair loss and grow it back faster and easier. Your confidence and self-esteem will skyrocket when you look in the mirror and see how much more hair you've grown in weeks. You'll feel so much better about yourself. You'll learn about the precise nutrients your body, scalp, follicles, and hair needs to be healthy. Then you'll start to regrow your hair faster and easier, and soon find yourself with a head full of thick, shining, lustrous hair that gets noticed, gets attention, and turns heads. What's more, if any of your friends or relatives have issues with thinning hair or balding too premature, they can use this as well. Anyone with hair trouble can use this program to stop hair thinning and hair loss. And the nutrients are proven to help anyone dealing with hair loss to quickly grow a full head of beautiful, thick, and shiny hair. This course is specifically designed to help men and women reverse hair loss and grow hair by giving your body the nutrients it's lacking to make your hair healthy. This program is based on vitamins, nutrients, and natural ingredients only. No harsh treatments or expensive prescriptions. Once you give your body the necessary nutrients it needs to keep your hair follicles healthy, your scalp healthy, and the hormones balanced, these effective nutrients reduce DHT and provide the scalp with nutrients that combat hair loss so you can enjoy hair growth that happens fast and easy without any expensive treatments. That's right. You don't need some expensive treatments to stop your hair from falling out. You don't need any expensive treatments to start growing it again. Your hair shouldn't be thinning or falling out unless you're lacking in specific nutrients or your hormones levels are out of whack. If you're lacking in certain nutrients, that could be causing your hair to be thinning and falling out, leaving that unattractive receding hairline and balding spots. You'll soon realize just how powerful the right nutrition is for your body and how it can help you balance your hormones and give your body the nutrients it needs to reverse thinning hair and that shedding that's leaving clumps of hair in your shower. When your nutrition is right and your hormone levels balanced, hair loss can't exist. And you'll learn exactly how to stop and reverse hair loss step by step in this program so you can enjoy faster, fuller, more lustrous growth without spending a lot of money. You'll never find a more cost-effective, affordable way to grow hair this fast and easy. It's time to get your hair back so you can also get your happy life back. This will restore your hair, your self-confidence, and self-esteem so you're not stressed, worried, or anxious about how you look, or if people are going to snicker as you walk by, or your partner is going to leave you. Talk about an instant improvement in your life that makes you happier when you're no longer always thinking about your balding hair. So if you're tired of wondering if your hair is going to keep thinning and falling out, do yourself a favor, end the worry, and give this program a try. Unlike the hyped up expensive hair treatments you see on TV, and without needing expensive hair transplant surgery, You can use this program as a fast, easy, and cost-effective way to reverse your hair loss. You'll feel like your hair is back, like it was when you were in your 20s. This will be your natural, safe, and cost-effective hair loss prevention program that not only prevents hair loss from happening again, you'll grow a nice head full of thick, shiny, strong hair. It doesn't matter if you're a man or woman. If you're suffering from losing hair, thinning hair, or you're bald, this hair restoration program can help you reverse your hair loss and grow it back. So go ahead and do your hair a favor by taking action now. All you have to do is use the hair restoration program to reverse hair loss so you can grow back a full head of hair again, getting rid of thin hair, bald spots, and receding hairlines. The nutrients will help your scalp, hair follicles, and the entire hair growing processes get back to being healthy and balanced, allowing you to grow a full, healthy head of thick hair. The Ultimate Hair Rebuilding Program, the step-by-step solution to rebuilding your hair permanently, gives you back the confidence and self-esteem you may have lost. Having a full head of hair can definitely stop you from worrying about how you look or what people think of you, or the fact that many women don't date balding men. This program will get rid of the stress, worry, and anxiety that comes from losing your hair and going bald. No more spending $500 a year on prescription or even over-the-counter hair treatments that cause horrible side effects like no libido or red, itchy scalp. You don't have to think about spending $10,000 or more for a hair transplant, especially since there's no guarantee it won't horribly disfigure you. For less than $20 spent at your local grocery store, you'll be able to get the nutrients, vitamins, minerals, supplements, and herbs you can use to restore your hair health, rebalance your hormones, and give your body the nutrients it needs to make sure it can grow healthy hair. Think about this. If you can grow your hair back to its full, thick original amount and get back your confidence and self-esteem, wouldn't that be worth investing $20 or so each month in natural vitamins, herbs, minerals, and supplements? If the program saved you from spending money on pills, medication, or $10,000 surgeries, it would be worth it, right? The good news is, this guide does every single one of those and more. The vitamin, mineral, and nutrient lists, the specific instructions for how to combine those items, and everything else for a small, one-time investment of just $39. More than 50% of your lost hair is back, and after 5 to 6 months, you've got full, healthy, thick hair. Your bald spot is gone, and your beautiful hair is back where it belongs. No need to spend $500 a year on products that don't work, that cause nasty sexual side effects, and make it so you have to take them forever or your hair falls out when you stop. And there's no sense in paying $10,000 for a hair transplant when it's left many people horribly scarred and disfigured. Doesn't it make more sense to use nutrients like vitamins, minerals, and herbs, and supplements that cost them less than $20 per month, especially if you've already tried those expensive, dangerous treatments? With this program, you don't have to worry about harsh, dangerous side effects that can cause sexual issues like loss of libido and erectile dysfunction. Once you supply your body with the nutrients it's missing, once you use those nutrients to make your body, hair follicles, and scalp healthy again, once you use them to balance your hormones and lower DHT levels, you'll naturally and automatically start to grow hair. That's why this program is so powerful. It stops DHT from killing your follicles and does it using all natural nutrients from vitamins, supplements, minerals, and herbs. It makes more sense to naturally and permanently fix hair loss in just a few short weeks using this guide. In a short amount of time, you'll have all the information you need to provide your body with the nutrients needed to rebalance your hormones and block the creation of DHT so you can reverse hair loss and even grow a full, healthy head of hair that lasts forever. Again, Mike and I both know how important a full head of hair is. It just makes you feel stronger, younger, and more confident. One of the most stressful emotional things you can go through is losing your hair. Frustration, depression, loss of self-esteem, social withdrawal, all of these can happen. Not only does losing your hair do a number on your confidence and self-esteem, it can also prevent you from dating and landing a job. Mike and I learned this from personal experience. Once my hair started falling out and I started going bald, it was as if my life started falling apart. The Ultimate Hair Rebuilding Program, step-by-step solution to rebuilding your hair permanently, is different than anything else you've ever seen or tried because it's simple, effective, and scientifically proven to work using natural ingredients and nutrients. It's not as expensive as having a hair transplant, which is $10,000 to $20,000 or more. I can't tell you how many people have emailed us and told us that the program has given them back not just their hair, but also their lives. So instead of spending lots of money on ineffective treatments, this safe, natural breakthrough can reverse hair loss and start hair growth so you can live a better, happier, more confident life. It will be the key to reversing your hair thinning and baldness. Again, it's why we're so happy this program can reverse hair loss naturally, safely, effectively, and without any of those harsh side effects. So if you've ever felt self-conscious or insecure about your hair loss and would love a natural way to end the embarrassment, using this program can help you grow a head of hair like you had when you were younger, boosting your confidence and self-esteem. And if for any reason, if you're not 100% delighted with what it's done for you, if you don't see it working, if you don't see new hair growth happening, if your hair loss hasn't stopped, I want you to ask for your money back. And you'll get it. No hassles or questions. The bottom line is, that's how confident I am with this program and how confident I am that the right nutrients and the right balancing of your hormones is all you need to stop your hair thinning and kickstart your hair growth into coming back fuller, shinier, and thicker than ever. So there's no reasons not to give this a try, since there's literally no risk to you at all. Of course, you could continue on the same path you're on now and keep dealing with the same emotional pain and suffering. That's not what I want for you. Today's the day you can finally get rid of worry, pain, stress, and anxiety. It's time you enjoy the feelings of comfort and peace of mind. So go ahead and click on the button and get instant access to the guide so you can start enjoying the peace and comfort that comes from having thick, luscious hair that make all the women drool over you. Click on the button that says Add to Cart to purchase the Ultimate Hair Rebuilding Program for only $39.